Hello all, very good morning. In today's topic, we'll discuss regarding the disease condition blindness. So coming to the topic blindness here, so blindness, it is a major problem which is present all around the globe. So we have some key facts here we'll discuss. So coming to the key facts here, it was estimated that all over the globe there were about 285 million people who are visually impaired. How many people? About nearly 285 million people who are visually impaired, and it was estimated that about 246 million people, they are having the lower vision. They are having very lower vision, and it is estimated that about 39 million people all around the globe are blind people. So if you see here on this topic, about 90% of the population, who means like who are in this 285 million people, the 90% of these impaired persons, they are living in lower economic standards. Means the people who are living in lower standards, the people who are backward in their economic status, these are the people who are having this visual impairment. And if you see here, 82% of the people who are living with the blindness, they are mainly the persons who are aged above 80 years. The persons who are having the age group above 80 years, they are having this blindness. And if you see here, 80% of the visual impairment which is caused in the population all around the world, it can be cured or it can be prevented by different types of modalities and treatments which were available currently. So coming to the India, so it was estimated that if you see the country India, about 7.8 million people were blind and nearly 45 million people were visually challenged here. If you see the global wise, we have 39 million people who are having the blindness. We have 39 million people who are having the blindness. So in these 39 people, India alone, it is accounting for 20% of the total blindness which is present all around the globe. So if you see here, it is estimated that the prevalence of childhood blindness in India is about 0.8% per 1,000 children that who are at the age group of below 16 years, and it is implying a total of 3 lakhs blind children in our country. So if you see here, out of these, 62% of the children they are having the blindness because of the disease cataract, and 19.7% of them are having because of the refractive error, and 5.8% of them are having glaucoma, and 1% of them are having this corneal blindness. So these are the numbers when it is coming to the country India. We have like 7.8 million blind people. So, and we have almost 45 million people who are visually challenged. And if you see the global wise, we have 39 million people who are blind. In that, we are contributing to 20% of the total blindness people. And if you come to the children in India, the childhood blindness is about 0.8% of childs per 1,000 children. So the age group is below 16 years of age. And if you see, implying the total here, we are having like 3 lakhs of blind children in our country. So coming to the definitions here, so there are 4 levels of visual function here. So according to the international classification of the diseases 10, which is updated and revised in the year 2006, we have normal vision, we have moderate visual impairment, we have severe visual impairment, and we have blindness. So if you see the normal vision, so it is like the visual activity which is usually measured with the Snellen chart. So I think everybody are familiar with the Snellen chart. So the Snellen chart will be having the numbers and alphabets which were displayed there, and they are kept at a feet of 20 feet in the same line. So the person has to read that Snellen chart, and he has to say the words which were displayed there. If you see here the Snellen chart, it is displaying the letters of progressively smaller size. So normal vision is 20 by 20. This means the test subject sees the same line letters at 20 feet than a normal person sees at 20 feet. So if you see definition of visual impairment here, so the visual impairment, it is defined as a limitation of actions and functions of visual system. So if you come to the National Eye Institute, it defines it as a lower vision as a visual impairment not correctable by standard glasses or contact lenses or medication or surgery. It interferes the ability to perform activities of daily living. This is called the visual impairment. Coming to the definitions of this blindness, so visual acuity which is less than 3/60 Snellens or its equivalence. Generally they will calculate the visual capacity by 6/6, or you can say it as 20/20, means 6 meters or 20 feet. The person who is able to read the objects, means the lower line at the 6-meter distance when it is kept at its eye level. So if you want to know more about this Snellen chart, you can Google it, or I'll make a session, another class session on this Snellen chart. So as of now, coming to our topic, the persons who can read by 20/20 or 6/6, they are considered as a normal vision. If someone is having, see, if you can see here, inability of a person to count fingers from a distance of 6 meters or 20 feet, his vision is like 6/60. If you see here, normally what is the 6/60 means? A person with standard vision can read an object, can see an object clearly when he is like 60-meter distance. So visually impaired person, the person can only read that object when he is away, like near like 6-meter distance. So he cannot see from 60-meter distance. Instead he can see only from the 6-meter distance, nothing. So this one is called as like 6/60 vision, means inability of the person to read it correctly at the. So normally when a person is having the standard vision, he can read the same number from the 60-meter distance. So if he is visually impaired, he can only read when he is nearer like 6-meter distance. He cannot read when he is like 60-meter distance. So this is the visual impairment that you can call it as a blindness. So we have different types of blindness here. We have economic blindness, we have social blindness, we have manifest blindness, and we have absolute blindness, we have curable blindness, we have preventive blindness, and we have avoidable blindness. So if you see the visual acuity here, sharpness of vision, it is measured as a distance a person can see a certain object. So it is divided by the maximum distance at which a person with normal sight can see the same object. So it was called as visual acuity here, means as I said, a person with standard vision can read this A letter at the distance of 60 meters. But the same person, when he is visually impaired, he can visualize this person only at the distance of 6 meters. He cannot read at 60 meters. So this was the visual activity. So we will call it as 6/60. So if a person is able to read the same letter with normal vision, we can call it as 6/6, or we can number it as a 20/20, means at least 20 feet distance. From 20 feet he is able to visualize the object correctly. So in this, or from 6 meters he is able to correctly spell those object, or he is able to see that object correctly. So like that we will say the visual activity. So it is nothing but at maximum distance a person who can see the object with a normal sight. So like this we will measure the visual acuity here. So coming to the types of blindness here, firstly we'll discuss what is this economic blindness. So inability of a person to count fingers from a distance of 6 meters or 20 feet. So when a person is gone to the testing site, if they are doing the 6/6 Snellen chart method there, it was the major one which is used. Generally they are using the 6/6 Sneller method here. So if he is unable to read the object like 6 meters away or 20 feet away, then you will consider him as an economic blindness. What is this social blindness? Means the vision which is like 3/60. So here, as I said previously, like a person can visualize an object clearly at 60 meters with standard vision. So if you come to the social blindness person, he can visualize the same object at the distance of 6 meters only, 3 meters only. He cannot visualize at 60 meters. So in this way we will call it as a social blindness. Coming to the manifest blindness here. So in this manifest blindness, the person can see only the nearer objects. Like when it is like 1 meter distance away, then only he can see. So the person with standard vision can visualize at 60 meters, but the person with the manifest blindness, he can only view that object only at the distance of 1 meter. So it is a just precipitation of a light. So this is the manifest blindness. Coming to the absolute blindness, there is no perception of the light, means there is no visual activity. So you can see here, what is this economic blindness? Again, So the person with standard vision can visualize at 60 meter, but here the person is unable to read or see the object correctly at the 6 meter distance or 20 feet distance. When it is coming to the social blind 3 by 60, the person who is able to view the object with standard vision at 60 meter, here the social blindness vision person can only see when he is like 3 meter distance. Coming to the manifest blindness, a normal person can see object from 60 meters, but here the manifest blindness person can see only the object when he is nearer like 1 meter distance. Coming to the absolute blindness, there is no perception of light here. Coming to the curable blindness here, so in this stage, the blindness where it is damaged, it is reversible mainly by doing some kind of surgeries or some kind of mechanism or by giving some treatment. So for example, if a person is having cataract, so if we do any surgical intervention here, through surgical intervention the disease, the blindness can be cured. And nextly, if you see the preventable blindness here, so what is this preventable blindness means? Mainly by following some of the prophylactic measures. So by following the preventive measures, by doing the vitamin A prophylaxis, so we can control the disease, or we can prevent the disease before it is occurring in the child. Also we can prevent the diseases by early screening, by checking the children who are having the risk factors of getting the blindness. Next thing we are going to discuss is legal blindness. So what is this legal blindness means? It is a level of vision loss that has been legally defined to determine the eligibility for benefits. So the clinical diagnosis refers to a central visual acuity of 20 by 200 or less in better eye with the best possible correction, and or a visual field of 20 degrees or less. So coming to the causes of blindness here, if you see that globally, mainly the causes of blindness are occurring because of cataract, because of glaucoma, and because of diabetes mellitus as a secondary factor, and because of some vascular diseases, because of accidents and degeneration of ocular tissue. And if you see, these are if you see the leading causes of the childhood blindness, we have xerophthalmia, we have congenital cataract, we have congenital glaucoma, and also we are having optic atrophy. So these are some of the global factors. So if you see here, cataract, it is taking the most major part there. 46% of the blindness which is occurring globally is just because of the disease cataract. And if you see like childhood blindness, 3.3% is caused due to this childhood blindness, and due to trachoma 12.5%, and due to onchocerciasis we have 0.6%, and other factors like glaucoma, diabetes mellitus, or due to any kind of retinal damage or any kind of trauma, it is accounting for 37.5%. So what are the major causes in India for the blindness means? We have cataract, which is about 62.6%. and we have refractive error, which is accounting for 19.70%, and we have corneal blindness, which is accounting for 0.90%, and we have other disease called as glaucoma. We are having surgical complications, which is accounting for 1.2%, and we have posterior capsular opacification, which is accounting for 0.9%, and we have posterior segment disorder, which is accounting for 4.70%, and we have other factors which are accounting for 4.19%. So it is estimated that the national prevalence rate of childhood blindness or low vision is 0.80 per 1000 population. We have seen this in the key facts there. So for every 1000 children, we have like 0.8 children who are having the blindness. So if you see here, causes of blindness and percentage of distribution, as we have seen earlier, cataract, it is accounting for 62%, refractive error, it is accounting for 19.7%, and glaucoma, it is accounting for 5.8%, and corneal pathogens is about 0.9%, and other causes, they are accounting for 11%. So coming to the epidemiological determinants of the blindness here. So if you see the epidemiological determinants, it is mainly occurring in the younger age children. So if you coming to the age in children and younger, it is mainly causing in the form of refractive error, trachoma, conjunctivitis, and malnutrition. Coming to the adults, it is occurring as cataract, refractive error, glaucoma, and diabetes mellitus. Coming to the sex ratio here, the highest prevalence rate of this trachoma, it is occurring, the conjunctivitis and cataract, it is mainly occurring in the women. And if you see, the women are more affected compared to the males in case of conjunctivitis and cataract. So it is the leading cause for the higher prevalence of blindness in the women. The next thing is like malnutrition. So these are some of the infectious diseases which are mainly occurring in the children. The persons who are having this measles and diarrhea, protein energy malnutrition, and severe blinding corneal destruction due to vitamin A deficiency in the first 4 to 6 years of life. These are some of the factors which are leading for the blindness. And nextly, we are discussing regarding the occupation. If you see here, people who are working in the factories, people who are working in the workshops, people who are working in the industries, these people are prone to have eye injuries because of the exposure to dust, airborne particles, flying objects, gases, fumes, and radiation. So these are some of the occupational hazards which are leading to the blindness in the people. Nextly, social class. So surveys indicate that the blindness is twice more prevalent in the poorer classes than the economic classes. Why? Because their living standards are low, and all the requirements, nutrient requirements which are required by the children or the adults in the family are not met properly, which is leading to the diabetes, which is leading to the protein energy malnutrition, which is leading to the vitamin A deficiency. So these are all some of the diseases which are favoring the blindness in the children. Nextly, we'll discuss regarding the social factors. So basic social factors like ignorance, poverty, low standards of living, and low standards of personal hygiene or community hygiene, and inadequate health services which were provided to the community. So these are all the factors which are contributing to the blindness. So how to prevent this blindness means mainly we have like national programs for the prevention and control of this blindness. So they are mainly doing the initial assessment, and they are mainly going for the methods of intervention. We have primary eye care, we have secondary eye care, and we have tertiary eye care, and we have even the long term measures here. So coming to the methods of intervention in the primary care, so wide range of eye conditions, they are treated and they are prevented at grassroots level. Mainly before the occurrence is coming, they are mainly treating them at grassroots level. Before even the signs and symptoms are coming out, they are mainly trying to prevent, mainly by the locally trained health workers who are the first to make contact with the community. Mainly the community health nurses who are working in the community, the ASHA workers, the Anganwadi workers. So these people are trained so that the primary care is given to the children. The primary care is given to the affected person. And nextly, these persons, they are also trying to refer the difficult cases to the nearest PHC or the district hospital. So their activities, they also involve the promotion of personal hygiene, sanitation, good dietary habits, safety in general. So if you see here, as a community health nurse or as a community health worker, it is your role and responsibility to promote the personal hygiene. It is your responsibility to treat them, to give them health education regarding the sanitation, regarding the dietary habits, and regarding the safety general methods which has to be followed out. Coming to the secondary care here we are doing a definitive management here. So mainly we are treating the conditions such as cataract, tracheasis, entropion, ocular trauma, and glaucoma. So this secondary care, it is mainly provided. If you see the primary, it was provided in the community setting itself, but coming to the secondary care, it was provided in the PHC and district hospitals where eye departments had been established. So it is also involving the use of mobile eye clinics, where the mobile eye clinic, it consists of a ophthalmologist and the other health team. So they travel to the rural areas and they treat the persons there. Coming to the territory care here, it was established in the national and region capitals. So it is mainly associated with the medical colleges and institute of medicine. So they provide a sophisticated eye care, mainly like retinal detachment surgery or corneal grafting. And these retinal detachment surgery or corneal grafting, these are not available in the secondary care centers. And if you see here, it is a tertiary care, it is also including the other measures such as rehabilitation, which is comprising of education of blind in the special schools and utilization of the services in the gainful employment. So these are some of the measures which were given in the tertiary care. So if you see here, there were specific programs for this blindness control. Mainly we have trachoma control program, we have school health services and screening, we have treatment, we have health education, we have vitamin A prophylaxis, and also we have occupational health services. So we are having the long-term measures to control the blindness here. Mainly, they are mainly focusing on the improvement of the quality of life, and they are mainly focusing on the improvement of socio-economic status, and they are modifying the factors which are responsible for this eye problem. So what are the major problems? Poor sanitation, lack of adequate safe water supply, poor nutrition, and lack of personal hygiene. These are some of the factors which are contributing for the blindness. So if you are able to prevent these risk factors, we can control the blindness. National program for the control of blindness. The main strategy of the program is to strengthen the eye care services and the delivery, and mainly to develop the human resources for the eye care, and to promote the outreach activities and public awareness. They want to create the public awareness, and they want to decrease the visual impairment. And nextly, they want to create an awareness. They want to create an awareness in the community, and they want to develop the institutional capacity by maintaining the infrastructure, and by providing the enough amount of infrastructure, and by strengthening the infrastructure. And they want to increase and expand the research work which is being done, and they want to include the participation of the non-governmental organization. Mainly, if you come to the program here, they are conducting the school eye screening program. So in the school eye screening program, about 10 to 14 year aged children are having mainly getting screened here, and about 6 to 7% of them are getting here eyesight problem. And the children, they are mainly screened by the school teachers and other healthcare workers, community healthcare workers. If they are suspect to have any kind of refractive error, they are seen by the ophthalmology assistants, or they are seen by the ophthalmology doctors, and they are prescribed the spectacles with the free of cost there. And if you see here, Vision 2020, so the right to sight, it was the global initiative for elimination of avoidable blindness, and a joint program of the World Health Organization. So mainly they want to eliminate, they want to eradicate the blindness by the year 2020, because they have started it on a slogan, the right to sight. So if you see WHO, it is an international agency mainly focusing for the prevention and blindness. So this was launched in the year 1999, mainly to promote a world in which nobody is needlessly visually impaired, where those with unavoidable vision loss can achieve their full potential. Nothing but the persons who are going for visual impairment because of so many other factors, those factors can be prevented, so that unnecessarily they may not lose their sight here. So if you see here, the global initiative aims, so mainly they want to intensify and accelerate the prevention of blindness. Mainly they want to eliminate the blindness by the year 2020. So they are focusing on certain diseases which are major causes of the blindness, and they want to prevent the diseases, so that the risk factors for the disease can be reduced, and the disease itself can be prevented before it is occurred to the community. So if you see here, the global action plan, which was on 2014 to 2019, so there was Universal Eye Health program which was conducted. A global health action plan was taken from 2014 to 2019, which is also called as GAP. So it unanimously adopted members of the state at the World Health Assembly in 2013. And if you see here, the vision of the GAP is to, like, nobody should be in the world without, nobody should be having blindness in the world. So if they are having some treatable causes, those treatable causes can be treated comprehensively, and these services which were provided by the community, by the government, it can reduce the blindness, and every person should have a proper vision. So this was the main action plan which was implemented in 2014 to 2019 here. So the goal of the GAP is like reduce the visual impairment and to promote the global health. They want to secure access to the rehabilitation for the visually impaired services. So here if you see the objectives, so they want to develop and implement the integrated national eye health policies and plans, and they want to ensure the multi-sectoral engagement and effective partnerships. So these are some of the programs that were included in the National Control of Blindness. So if you like the content, please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any queries, you can drop them in the comment box. Thank you.